the people in our life, sometimes you have to realize there's a deeper letting go. And the best way to do a deeper letting go, I find, without actually going to somebody and having somebody help you do it, is write a letter. And write it out that I now released you, I understand it's a karma, we don't need to do this anymore, I know I loved you from a past life, I allow myself to have that, you'll always have a special spot in my life, but it's time to say goodbye. And then you don't keep perpetuating the past life and holding on to a memory that isn't even based in this lifetime. And it's almost like the more you uncover who you are, and there's many ways to do it. You don't actually have to come to me for people like me do a past life regression. You literally can do it through your sleep. You just have to remember that you asked the question before you went to bed. Because if you don't remember that you asked the question, you'll have this miraculous dream and you'll forget why you had the dream and you'll dismiss it. So you need to take responsibility for your dream and your questions. But if you say, what happened to me? What lifetime did I live before? And you just ask it to your subconscious before you go to sleep. And you write it down. You will have, maybe not the first day because you may block it, but within the second, third day, you keep asking the question, you'll start to have memories. And as you start uncovering the memories, you'll know, oh my gosh, it's him again. I'm married to him again. You know, or you'll go, oh God, that's why my son feels so familiar. Is that why I'm having trouble with my mother or my sister or my brother? You know, and when you start to realize that who knows what they had done to you before that made you pick them as your brother and sister. And the more evolved you are as a soul, the more you would have picked a difficult karmic relationship. Do you understand? Because as we evolve as souls, we start to realize, well, we really can't have it that easy. Coming to Earth is fun and we can enjoy things, but we really have to do some deep soul work and some healing. So what we do is we make families who are not our soul families, who are our birth families, our karmic families, and we have to work it out with them. And so maybe inside all of you right now, you can think to yourself, wow, that might help me understand why I have that kind of relationship with the people in your life, you know? Maybe we have known each other before and we really are maybe your brothers and your sisters and you absolutely don't like each other and the odds are you've been enemies. And the way you think of history and you think of all the wars and everything that's happened in the wars, well, yeah, you've probably been on one side and they've been on another side, and now maybe you were responsible for their death during the war, and you felt so guilty and you came back and you said, you know, we're going to be brothers, we're going to be lovers, we're going to be, and so we live our lives so multifaceted. Nothing is done on the surface. Everything has such multifaceted levels to it. And you'll say, well, what's the positive in knowing? To me, the positive in knowing is to meld all yourselves. Because when I first found out, I was a gladiator and I fought lions. Now you can imagine my shock, because I'm pretty much scared of a lot of things. So here I was, going through the past life experience and seeing myself as the most brave gladiator that you can imagine. I was strong. I mean, I was powerful. There was absolutely no fear in me. I was raring to go. You know, I had absolutely no doubt that I could do anything with any animal or anything. And when I got done with the past life, seeing myself like that, the strength and courage that I took from that past life into today makes me who I am today. I hadn't claimed that powerful self yet. And it was like once I understood myself on that level, I took on a different me. So by knowing who you were, by appreciating that you've already gone through the experiences you have, and bringing them into who you are today, you become empowered. And I think in life, for our own soul growth, what we want is we want to bring empowerment to ourselves. We want to stop feeling we're weak. Stop feeling we can't do the things that we want to do. Stop feeling restricted and saying, well, you know, maybe it's just not for me. That's such a victim attitude. But when you've seen all the people that you've been before, you realize that, wow, you know, I've learned a lot. And it isn't just based on here. And you start having self-love. And the more you start having self-love and understand, and forgiveness, because when we hold on to karma, we're bound to repeat it. And as souls, when we leave the earth, we say, oh my God, that was ridiculous. Why did I hold on to that? You mean I'm going to go back and want to work it out? Because your soul and the goodness in you will say, you know what, I don't need to hold on to that. There's no point me holding on to that. So in the end, you say, all right, we can meet again. And you don't know how many meetings you're having with this person again until one of you break the karma. You have to break the karma. And as hard as it is, one of you has to do the forgiveness. And it's very difficult to forgive when you've been hurt. But on a bigger level, you either forgive now or you'll want to come back and do it again. So if those are your two choices, based on your soul, knowing who your soul is, and your kindness and your warmness, because you know the universe, God, Goddess, you know that forgiveness is right there. It's the core of all bases of all religion, all philosophy. So you have a choice. You can take it with you to the grave, or you can release it now. So by really understanding the cycles that you've been through and really understanding it, your job now is to elevate your soul.